Yeah, all that's getting cut.
That's great.
Are we good to go, Tyler?
Yes.
Okay.
We're recording?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Do I have to do that
No.
also?
Alrighty, welcome back to the Son of a Boy Dad podcast. Today is a day. We are here joined by Giulio.
Yes.
Giulio Gallarotti.
Long-awaited guest.
Good to see you guys. Thanks
Yes.
for having me. This is an honor to be here.
Happy to
Thank
have
you for
here.
joining us.
Yeah,
Last time we had a former Barstool employee comedian on, he got rehired like right away.
And it was the biggest
Was it
episode we've
him?
ever had.
Yeah. They just brought him back. They're like, oh yeah, we should just bring him back right away.
That's funny.
It was a huge episode. It was crazy.
No, that's crazy.
It had like 300,000 views on YouTube or something.
Look at that.
And
But-
then Shane's episode slowly started creeping ahead.
Yeah, it's like when you have those infographics of like the biggest fast food chain. in,
Yeah,
like
it's like
Yeah.
constant
It was like before
swapping.
McDonald's.
No
came
one's
out.
ever going to pass McDonald's.
It's like A&W root beer is massive.
Dude, the slow burn Shane episode is the thing.
Yeah.
We had that too
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
out of nowhere, like our podcast is on like other shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how are we not benefiting from this 78 million view
Yeah.
clip?
Dude, I've clicked on those like joke world like Shane Gillis funniest moments, and I've like watched it, and then all of a sudden I'm in it. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like me when I'm like 18.
Dude, Julia, your voice has a sexy rasp to
Oh,
it
you
right
like
now. What is
Yeah, you've
This
been
is
smoking?
this is my voice, dude. No.
No, it's gotten sexier.
You think so?
I think there's something to it, dude. There's
Thank you,
there's
bro.
a smoldering sex to your
Thank you.
voice.
Are you still using those ripples?
Not really. I should, but dude, like vapes like hurt my gums.
Oh, really?
This is how you know you're fucking getting old, dude. Like, yeah, my gums. Like, if I have a big night, the one thing I always regret is vaping
Really?
because my gums hurt.
That's very
Huh.
strange.
That's
I wonder if
that's
you're
troublesome.
allergic to something.
Dude, I got botched cavities. I went to like the student cavity place.
Yeah.
This is what happened. I have a wedge. They put a wedge in my tooth because like they fucked my cavity up. What? This place doesn't have a phone. You have
Okay.
to go in person to make an appointment.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not.
Wait, what
good.
is the student cavity place?
Is it like dental students?
It's a
Yeah.
uptown.
teaching
Trying?
hospital.
It's uptown.
Is it like NYU students?
It's like fellows or whatever you're called when you're like not quite a dentist yet.
yeah.
Apprenti.
Yeah.
It's probably not even NYU. It's probably like Baruch College or some
Yeah.
bullshit, like a business school.
Unclear,
Pace.
but all I know is they fucked my shit up pretty bad. And I was always on some shit where I'm like, I want the new person. They've learned all the sort of cutting edge stuff.
Yeah.
They know all the new tricks, but alas, nothing makes up for experience. right? So anyway,
I mean, your teeth are fine.
my
Your
teeth are fine.
good.
But I have like,
Holes in your gum.
no, they're fine. But bro, it's completely fine. But if I vape, I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't be vaping anyway. You know what I
If
mean?
it gets
Yeah,
cold
yeah.
out, if it's about to rain in half an hour, you start to feel the hole in your gums.
The vape is the only thing that does it.
Damn.
Thankfully.
Are you sure it's not like something worse than that?
I've gone to the dentist a bunch since.
Yeah.
And
Have you gone to a real dentist since?
Yes. Well, dude, not to keep carrying on about dental problems, I broke one of my molars in half on a fucking popcorn kernel, dude.
What?
Yeah. And
That's painful.
yes. And my dentist couldn't see me for a while. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to the real dentist. Dude, if you guys out there are going to shit dentists, this is the one thing you should be paying more for.
Yeah.
Because if you go to like a shit primary care doctor, they're not doing anything to you anyway. You're getting
No.
referred to go to do other things. The dentist is in you, dude.
Yeah.
The dentist is
They're
in you.
doing the work.
Yeah.
And that shit is forever.
Yes,
Like
exactly.
most other stuff, you can get a new thing or something will heal. If your teeth are fucked,
Yes.
You're fucked.
You're going to die.
it really is.
Young.
Because like heart disease is like, it really has like a massive effect on literally everything.
Yeah.
The fact that heart disease, you know that the teeth are like a big.
Yeah, they told me that because it
floss
in your
if you don't
gums.
floss.
Yeah, if you don't gums, if you don't floss, it could heighten your cholesterol.
Yeah, because you're just swallowing the fucking plaque.
Yeah, I guess something
Jeez,
like
going
that.
on.
Swallowing garbage.
Yeah,
That's fucking disgusting, dude.
it's kind of weird though, because it's like, well, wasn't that already going to be in my body anyway? It just missed. Like it just got caught
It
in
just
my
got
teeth.
caught in the nets. The fish that
Yeah.
get caught in the
Yeah.
net, but those are the fish that'll kill you.
When you floss and you pull a piece of food out of your teeth, is it okay to eat that?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think.
But
Or
that's
they say
basically
no.
what he's talking about. Yeah,
It sounds like it's not.
No, I don't think it's that. It's going. I
Sits
think it's
there
because
and
it's getting
rots.
absorbed into your gums, which goes straight into your bloodstream.
These are chunks of salad, corn, mango is
well,
a
what
big
else are
one.
you gonna do with it?
Throw it away.
But how? you're gonna pluck it off of the floss, or you're gonna use the whole floss. Because if you have a chunk of food on your floss and you put the floss back into your mouth, isn't the floss gonna be dirty with the
The food and
I have no
blood.
idea.
It also smells, dude.
floss is stinky?
You could
so.
do a big yard or two of floss and work your way up the string, making it fresh with each tooth.
Is that how much you're typically doing? A yard?
I do a lot because I like to wrap my fingers until the tips are purple.
Yeah.
If you're not doing the sticks, you're living in the fucking Stone Age. You need
I
to have
agree.
the floss
Brother.
sticks.
One time I went to
I have a water pick.
I think I've told you this. I went to do Comics Mohegan Sun with a good comic friend of mine. And
Who?
he was driving. I'm not going to say his name, but as he was like, "Do you want to floss?" By the way, he had the flossers, the sticks,
I remember this.
and I was like,
This
"Oh
is
yeah,
awesome.
awesome!" And we flossed, and then he opened his window and just threw his flosser out the window. And I was like, "I don't think I can do this weekend with you anymore."
Francis is the funniest feedback about road openers.
Oh yeah.
One time he's like, dude, he goes, he opened for me. We went to get food at Whole Foods and he stole. He shoplifted. He stole.
And then he made fun of me for paying for it.
Dude, one of my favorite.
He's like, it's going straight into Jeff Bezos's pocket, right? And I was like, I don't think it probably gets diluted on the way.
It
Dude,
trickles
the-
down to the banana.
This was the
farmers a
best
little.
one. I don't think I've ever told this story on the podcast. When we did Denver. They have the comedy condo, and I didn't stay there because I stayed at my friend Bo's house because our other friend came down and we all stayed together. So Francis and Mook stayed at the comedy condo together, and I guess the first night Mook went into Francis's room and asked if he could borrow toothpaste. And the next day when Mook's on stage, Francis tells me the story. He goes, "Dude, this isn't a frat house."
Borrowing my toothpaste in a time of COVID? What are you doing, man?
I can see that being annoying, but also I think I've literally gone to Mook's hotel room to borrow toothpaste.
With your toothbrush out.
Yeah.
I had
They, like, gave me a squirt.
to squeeze it onto his toothbrush, and then I went back in and used
cut
a
it.
clean knife to cut the edge to make sure that there was no touching of bristle to.
You should put it in like a napkin for him and
And
like
that-
twist it up.
Yeah.
Hand
Let
it
me
to-
add too that I found out that, or maybe I knew that he had gone to 7-Eleven after the show late at
Yes.
night.
Or he went to Burger King.
He went to Burger King. And so I knew that the mouth he was cleaning was filled with Burger
Whopper,
King.
he had Whopper mouth.
And
He had chicken fry
Whopper
mouth. Zach
And
Bryan.
I was like, yeah, that's I have Sensodyne toothpaste. Like, this is nice stuff. I'm not
But it's not like you borrowed your
It
toothbrush.
doesn't react
Sorry.
well. It doesn't react well to Burger King.
Why didn't you
mouth.
pick up some Crest while you were at 7-Eleven, you freak?
So
Dude, there's
Colgate.
also an open floor plan in that condo, if I remember. Like
Yeah.
the wall doesn't connect to the ceiling. So you're
Correct.
basically like in the same room with Mook, which
Oh,
definitely
really?
made it worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
just muttering to yourself and he hears you through the wall.
And just hear him
For the
smacking on his
fucking
fucking Whopper 2 a.m.
That's
He's hooking up
definitely
with
because
chicks on the floor.
Mook gets fucked up on the road.
Yeah,
and then
I
he
had
always
taken him.
he always gets fast food
Because
and
you got a
he's always-
17-hour bus ride.
Yeah,
ahead of
I
you.
know.
I took him to get oysters like a fucking gentleman, and it hurt my feelings that he went to fill Burger King into the trough after that.
Oh my god.
Burger King is great though.
He's a young
I bet
man.
Burger King hit way harder than those oysters did.
Dude, really quick on the littering thing this morning. I don't know what it is. Somehow it bothers me. I don't know if it bothers me more when people litter in New York City or just like out in the beautiful wilderness. It's got to be the wilderness.
Yeah.
But it's also
Yeah.
it also bothers me a lot in New York City because it's like, look, the place is already fucking a dump enough, you know. And I was walking behind a woman on the sidewalk, and she had a nice Starbucks coffee or whatever. Actually, it was from Blank Street.
Bank Street.
And the woman, so it's a nice coffee
Yeah,
place.
not a littering type of
No,
demo.
she
typical.
unwrapped her straw and then took the straw paper wrapper and just dropped it on the ground.
It is, yeah.
And I picked it up behind her and walked past her, and I was going
Dangling
to
it in
make
front
a
of her?
decision about whether I said passive aggressively, "You dropped this,"
I think that's within your rights, honestly.
and
That's
it was
good thing
like
to be
just a
caring about.
normal, professional Asian woman,
Just a normal
RH.
professional cunt.
and I was like, "What the fuck is the matter with you? I
Yeah.
wanted to say, I didn't say anything. I chickened out.
I've done that before, picking up after somebody, and I don't say a thing. I don't even let them see that I'm picking it up, and I feel like it's ultimate karma points that I'm cashing in right now.
Oh
Honestly.
yeah.
It feels good.
Yeah, but they're just going to keep doing it.
It's not about them doing it. It's about the streets being clean for me.
It is kind of hilarious. Like it's fucked up, but it is like I don't litter, but it is hilarious to just like if I finish this coffee and I just walk down the street, just fucking throw it into the street,
Bro,
keep
it's
walking.
crazy.
It's insane.
I think this should be what it is though. If you're going to be a person who litters, then you can't complain about homeless people in the streets.
Oh yeah,
You're worse than them.
yeah.
You're contributing.
Because say what you want about the homeless, they're tidy.
Yeah, they keep a small bag.
They keep a
all
small
their
bag.
everything.
Yeah.
They have a small footprint on the world.
Yeah.
You know, they're
And they're
minimalist,
collecting
really.
You can't say like New York is going to shit if you're a person who's dropping trash on the
Yeah.
side. I believe that. That's
I
a
like
complete
that.
hypocrisy.
I like that.
I've had
I like
friends who have like cars full of bottles and like bags of food and stuff like that, and they'll just go somewhere and just rake it out.
Oh yeah, just
onto the
throw it
curb.
into the
It's
just throw it
so
into the
dirty.
street.
It's reprehensible.
I will say something feels a lot less bad about throwing it onto concrete than into grass. Throwing it onto concrete, you're like, someone's gonna pick this up.
Yeah, but on the grass, prisoners will pick it up on the weekend, and that's their fresh air.
So that
You ever see that?
Yeah.
Like on the highway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, in Massachusetts, they have that everywhere.
Yeah, it's good.
It's not even just sometimes it's just like DUI people who have like 100 hours of community service
Yeah.
to get.
And the more that you throw out, the longer they can work.
Yeah, but most
So then they get more fresh air, and you're actually doing them a favor.
they're cutting it. No. Well, if it's DUI people, they're just trying to get through the shit, and they'll say that you're doing 8 hours of community service this day, and you actually do like an hour and a half or some shit. They just
It's
say,
probably
They sign it off
mostly
for-
community service people because I doubt they send violent criminals out to the street with that like massive
The
shank.
orange like outfit.
yeah,
yeah, just trying to like picking up
Yeah.
like a knife.
that's meant to like pierce through a can.
No, that's not what they
With
use.
no
They use
pressure.
a claw.
Pick.
Oh, they do.
They've got the claw.
I thought they used the thing that just jab
Sam,
in and
the stabber.
Oh,
Yeah.
like a spear fishing
Yeah.
tool.
Well, there's an armed person monitoring
True.
them, I believe.
yeah.
typically.
I wonder if they check their person afterwards.
Hmm.
Little cavity search.
yeah,
Hold up the balls. What did the person steal from Whole Foods?
an orange or something, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, the hot plate,
it-
hot food.
Is that what it was?
That's what you told me.
Then that must be what it was.
Yeah,
Pretty big haul.
Yeah.
yeah, but it honestly is a big
Just
haul.
A fucking
But it's also an easy
box
haul
of
to
food.
take.
And if you know you're not going to pay for it, so you don't have to worry about how much it weighs, you
Yeah.
can load that bitch up.
Oh, yeah.
It's like bursting. It's
Yeah.
like curved on the sides. You can get it.
$27.99 mashed potatoes. and
I've told you
turkey.
guys. Have I told you guys the story about when Bo stole from? He tried to steal from the grocery store when I was with him in Denver. It was actually the same weekend as
Big weekend.
as
Big theft
the
weekend.
Mook thing. Dude, he went in. He went in. It was one of those things where he was like, "I do this all the time," and then slowly you start to realize, like, "No, you've never done this ever. This is your first time doing this. You're trying to like impress me." And he was like, "I got to get tuna." He gets like 15 cans of tuna, and then he gets he's like, "I need to get a mason jar to make something." And we go over to the jar aisle, and they only have like packs of 12 mason jars. So he rips open the pack of mason jars and puts one in the bag. It's like, well, I only need one. And then we go to pay. He scans one thing of tuna, puts 15 cans into the bag. Immediately, the sensors are like, yeah, you didn't pay for any of those. You only got one can of tuna scanned. And then like the person comes over and he's like, you have 10 cans of tuna in your bag. And then he's like, and what's this single mason jar? And he's like, there's no barcode or anything on this mason jar. And the guy's like, I can go back and look to see where you got it from and we can charge you. And then he goes back and he's like, so you ripped open the pack of mason jars. It was a total disaster. It didn't work out at
Jesus.
all.
That
Why,
was-
this sounds bad.
It's a botching.
It was bad.
Yeah, why did
Why
he
would he
run?
do this?
He should have just sprinted off.
Because he just played dumb and then we ended up having to pay for everything.
He should have said he brought the mason jar because he was intending to make tuna salad.
Yeah.
Wanted to see
That
how much
actually would have
tuna
been a
would
better
fit.
idea.
That
I
would've
brought that
been-
mason jar from home.
The
I've heard
watching.
that if you want to get a bunch of tuna cans or a bunch of weight, you just charge everything as like a bag of apples or something like that,
Yeah.
Interesting.
or like a bag of peppers. Or
It
some
used
shit.
to be easy to do that shit, but now it's all high tech. 'Cause now they weigh. It's all like they base it on the weight of when you put it in the bag.
That's what I mean. So if it's like weight of apples, you could just be like, "Is this many apples?"
Yeah, that would work.
There's a kid named Chris Harding in our high school,
Of course.
who was a bad kid, and he
What do you do?
he would go to the Hannaford grocery store and he would get one of the full big shopping carts, and then he would line the outside of it with, whatever, just bags of potato chips. And then he would fill the entire interior with handles of booze, rum
wow.
and vodka, all that. And then he would put potato chips over the top. And then he would just wheel the whole thing out and not pay for any of it.
Nasty boy.
Seems like at that point, he probably doesn't really need to
Yeah.
hide the booze. He's just gonna steal everything.
Somehow it was like less overt.
Oh, he's just stealing chips.
I think he
Let him go.
he had a Hannaford shirt,
Oh,
so he would pretend that he was a worker.
that's pretty ballsy.
And
He Ocean's 11'd it.
Yeah.
and they were like, "Oh, look, that guy's just getting rid of the bad chips or something."
Yeah. That's pretty
Meanwhile, he
ballsy.
had like $3,000 of booze.
Getting
hidden
caught
inside.
doing that would be so embarrassing.
I know. On
What's up
any
with the
arch-
shirt?
Yeah. Any
Oh.
arch criminal from my high school got away with it. Also.
Yeah.
Like this one kid worked at the outlet store. They called this guy the shark. I swear to God.
Having an
Shark.
arch criminal is hilarious.
Yeah, this guy would. This was the whole gag. So you go in the store, you get whatever you want, and then you go to check out. He rings you up for everything, then deletes it all except for the cheapest item. And he also has a bag of his shit under the counter,
Yeah.
which he then puts on the counter. It had his car keys in the bottom. You go put his shit in his car, and then I guess leave the keys in the car, and then you take all the shit. And he never got caught. He got caught hooking up a girl with a belt and got fired for that,
Really?
and must have taken them for like $30K.
What kind of store
That's
is this?
crazy.
It was a I don't
Like a
wanna-
gently used type of store?
no. This is a brand new, but
Oh,
an
really?
outlet
This guy
store.
won't even say the store. I gave the kid's name.
I like this guy. I like the shark, and now he's like an upstanding citizen. I don't
No
wanna
way.
fucking-
30 grand worth of shit. I guess at the
if
outlet.
not more, bro.
At the outlet, nobody's because where does it even go after the outlet? You know what I
don't
mean?
even
If
know.
it doesn't sell at the outlet, what's becoming of all? And there's no inventory. There's probably not a number
Yeah,
of
right.
shit.
That's the thing. I guess
Outlet's
not.
got to be an incredible way to steal.
Less organized than you would think, right?
All I had was a Subway guy that would give me free Subway sandwiches. He'd just load up a couple Subway sandwiches. But
That's
he-
pretty nice.
It was nice. It was
That's
but
solid.
it was like 2 at a time. Though. It was maximum you could get.
Well,
I
did
guess
you need more than 2 footlongs?
I didn't need more. That was all I needed.
Yeah.
And just extra meatballs. He'd get you right, dude.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
I don't have a guy for anything. I don't have anyone that hooks me up with anything.
You
That's
have a
not
tuna
true.
guy, apparently.
That's not even true.
Yes, it is.
You just don't work hard enough to actually like accept the generosity people throw your way.
Who's throwing shit my way?
There was a guy that DM'd us the other day about come to Cincinnati. I've got
well,
this
that's different. That's
vintage
a fan.
sports store.
I meant like a local person who just like will hook me up with something.
Like
Sometimes the dude that I buy jewel pods from, I expect because he always comes in. I walk in, he's got them on the table ready. So sometimes I think he's gonna be like, "This one's on us." Never. Like they're actually getting more expensive.
Mhm. What would you want? Fly equipment? You
No.
talk about fishing enough that if you actually put out a call right now,
No,
bad
I don't
signal,
mean
and said,
like
"Hey, I
someone.
really
I
want-"
don't mean like someone hooking me up. I mean like someone you walk into like a Subway and they go, "This one's on the house.
Dude,
That
this happened to
happened-
me this weekend.
This one's for the price of on the house."
There's a hot dog stand. There's a hot dog stand guy in my neighborhood. I've never even said a word to him, but I just salute him every time I see him. He doesn't speak
Yeah.
a lick of English, and he chased me down walking with my wife and was like, "Here, a bottle of water," and
Yeah.
fucking shoved it in.
See,
my
This
this
is where
is-
you start, the neighborhood.
He
Yeah.
generates
Neighborhood
goodwill. He
the
creates
goodwill.
these community bonds, which you don't because you
I
keep your
do.
head down and get back into your house as
Who
quickly
was the
as
last person you
possible.
saluted?
Well, I don't salute anybody.
Exactly.
There
It's
you go.
disrespectful.
You guys
Exactly.
salute
But
him.
I go to the same coffee place every morning.
and they
I
have
don't even
not
think they
yet.
know. I don't even think they know my name. Well,
Yeah, but
there
they're
would be
not
no
gonna-
reason for them to know my
Whose
name.
fault is that?
But they're very like it's like one of those hipster coffee places, but very corporate.
You could make an effort.
I go in, I say iced coffee, half and half, croissant, and they go done, and then they just give it to me, and then they go next. Like there's no.
But
there's
those places
Do
are
you recognize
never.
the people?
You're a
never-
comedian.
it's a
You could
different
start
person
telling-
every time.
So you could tell some jokes.
What am I going to?
Why do they call it half and half, not full?
Yeah. Well, there's a
Chuckle.
line of
Next
people
scene.
behind me.
Remember when I made that half and half joke? Yeah, we heard that. Cool.
You do that shit, and then people get mad.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get it wrong.
No,
lot
but
of the
sometimes
time.
they fucking love it though.
Sometimes they love it.
They do
Sometimes they
sometimes
love
love
it.
it.
I went to
They
the wine
hate it
store.
when
I
he
went to
does
the
it.
wine store, and the guy was. I had my dog with me, and the guy was like, "You want a treat?" And I was like, "Yeah, anything for the dog." And they
Nice.
That's a
fucking
good one.
no, they lost their shit. It was two guys in the store like scream laughing. I was like almost embarrassed to say it because it's so corny, and they're like, "We've never heard that one before." Like looking at each other, like they couldn't believe how good it was. And that's the goodwill I generated. Like
That's
they
a good
chuckled
one.
as
This
I
is good.
left.
Yeah.
It wasn't that good.
That's a pretty good
It
one.
helps the world. It really helps the world. And
Yeah.
these are good things.
Goodwill.
Yeah, they're good things. I had a moment in my elevator the other day. A girl got in and she had a little dog. And then I got in and the doors closed. And I turned to her and I said, because I didn't know the doorman's name. I'm new to this building. I was like, what's that doorman's name? She goes, I don't even know either. And then we both laughed at that. And then her dog smelled my hand and I patted him and then she got off.
Shared human experience.
This is good.
Yeah.
Is that worth? That doesn't seem like that's
Just
like
makes
a
you think you're in a
notable
friendly
experience at
building.
all.
I'm not trying to get anything from her.
And then she
I mean,
hit-
but it
We're
ends
gonna
up
run-
working
we're gonna
out.
run through that. Yesterday, I was coming home from the stand. That someone was holding the door for me. I realized I dropped my jewel outside. I said, "I'm all good," and then I went back outside. That's the exact same
it's
experience.
This is the opposite of what they're describing.
all of your stories
that was a
one have
useless
jewel
experience.
involved in them for whatever reason. Maybe you need to fucking take the jewels out. That's preventing you from having these community connections you need.
Facts.
Dude,
Your community connection was you asked the person if they knew the doorman's name and they said
Yeah,
no.
but then we joked about it and she was like, I think she's like, I say it quickly and under my breath and I don't actually know and I'm embarrassed because I've been here a long time. And then she was like, how long have you been here? And I was like, I'm pretty new, so I have an excuse.
And
then
they
she
said, "How
laughed
much
at
is
that.
your rent?" And they said,
And then I patted the dog.
$15,000 a month.
And I was like, yeah, you wish, poor boy. She
15,000. We don't even need to know the doorman's name.
No, I asked about the dog and the dog's name, and we did that whole thing.
Yeah.
Just makes you think, like, this is a nice building. The people are nice. No one in
good.
your building has ever talked to you.
They talk to me all the time.
What do they say?
I actually had a rough one the other day. I went out you've been to my apartment. The door for my neighbor is like they're like on top of each other.
Is it
And-
like the
yeah. And I ordered a sandwich on Uber Eats and I was playing video games and I was talking to my friends, big ass headset on, microphone, open the door, my neighbor's right there. And I'm just, yeah, dude, I don't fucking, oh my God. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Dude, that's the worst.
Yeah.
My neighbor caught, like, we had a shared laundry.
Yeah.
And I was moving his things because
Oh.
he just left them there. And he came in when I was doing it.
Yeah.
I'm holding his underwear and I'm like, I was like, we're both guys. I figure we're both guys,
Is
right?
this mine?
Yeah, dude, so embarrassing.
Smell it.
That's
It's clean or
brutal.
dirty?
Holding someone else's clothes is as bad as it gets.
Dude, I'm constantly doing that. And then Hillary, I'll tell her the story and she'll just be like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
She's
that's
just
pretty
like,
brutal.
why do you keep doing this? I'm like, I don't know.
It is infuriating when people will leave their shit in the washing machine
Yes.
for a long time.
Brutal.
Though. You got to be on top of that.
You gotta be
Yeah.
on top of it.
Flipping that correct quickly. By the way, new shirt?
I got a new shirt.
It's perfectly
You like it?
creased.
That's a nice
Beautiful
shirt.
creases.
Yeah,
Love
that's
the
a
crease
good
on that
Japanese?
thing.
I wore a nice new shirt today. This is a Bombas shirt.
Bombas.
One of each is donated,
Oh, very
apparently.
nice.
Wow.
to wear.
Very
I've heard
nice.
that no one actually cares about that, which is sad. Like, apparently there's all these like charitable marketing techniques that companies use, and they found that the consumers literally don't care at all. But they
Yeah.
say they care, but they don't.
Really?
It doesn't influence
doesn't
their
influence
purchasing.
sales.
That was
Yeah.
true of what the shoe company that did that. They made a pair for every pair they
Tom's?
sold. Yeah, it's Tom's. Yeah.
Toms and Bombas donate, so a shirt or like socks or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
they
yeah.
donate everything. And yeah, people just don't, or people will give like 10% of profits to like
Right.
battered women or something like that.
Yeah.
We do not give a fuck about battered women. I do. The consumer doesn't.
Mm.
It's
Right.
not on me.
Unfortunately.
It's not 100%
Battered
not on
women.
They think
I
they
prefer
do.
my women grilled.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't know if
Throw one of those in there with the neighbors, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get free coffee in no time.
You like that?
Standing in the elevator. Do you know
Battered
there's
and fried?
there's some brands of shoes that if you buy they'll give a pair of shoes to battered women. All right, now this is going to go somewhere, so hold on. Stay with me. This goes somewhere.
I'm not sure what's happening right
Battered women. I'd like my women grilled.
And then you hit him with that joke,
now. Yeah, see, now that is a joke that wouldn't have worked.
Exactly.
especially to a woman in the elevator.
You need something a little lighter.
Yeah, I think I
I
gotta
would
go.
say.
Yeah.
You mean like broiled?
steamed.
I probably got laughs.
Fellas,
Sometimes you got to stick with it.
I'm going to watch what happens live after this. Do you guys know what that is?
That's Andy Cohen.
Andy Cohen's show about Bravo.
Are you on it?
No, I'm just going to be an audience member in
Oh
like
my God.
a filmed TV
Don't you get
show.
fucked up at that thing?
I don't
People
think
say
so.
you drink hard in the middle of the day when you go to those.
I thought it was just the people who are on the show.
Maybe that's what it is.
I think it's like you do a shot ski or there's like a bartender and you're all boozing.
Do you know
or something
who's
like
on
that.
the show today?
Julianne Hough.
Oh, the
believe?
dancer.
Yes, I believe the dancer's on, and I forget which other gentleman.
She's amazing.
She's from Bravo.
No, she was on Dancing with the Stars. She was one of the dancers for many seasons. And then
her brother's a dancer too.
Her brother's
right?
a dancer as well. I believe she used to date the Ryan Seacrest. They had a long relationship. And then she also was in Footloose, the remake.
Yes, that's what it was.
Interesting.
Have you guys ever been an audience member of a TV show?
I have.
Mm-mm.
I have not, but I know a
I have
dude
not.
who does warm up for a lot of those shows.
I've
And,
done it before too.
How
You've
was
done
it?
warm up?
They Red Bull the audience.
Yeah.
I would do it for infomercials, and they'd be giving everybody donuts and Red Bull, and then it would be like a beauty product. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and they're like, this is all you need to do. I'm like, you just gave them all fucking cholesterol filled, heart pumping, like
And they're
avoiding
are they,
what
like,
you're
cheering?
feeding them is what will make them beautiful.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? It was savage, dude.
Did you say that?
No, I would have gotten.
What do you
fucked.
have to say?
I just have to be like, all right, where's everybody from? Oh, ladies. Oh, you could be my mom. Ah. Or you want to adopt me? Who wants to adopt me? All right. You got to go up there for like 40 minutes. Sometimes,
Yeah.
like,
It's so
and
funny,
you just
dude.
shit,
As clean
like,
as
fucking around.
clean as possible, right?
Or
relatively.
Maybe.
Let's
I don't
get some
remember. It was a
coupons
while
out
ago.
here.
Yeah, right. All right.
wants
Who
candy?
wants? Woo! Who wants the? Yeah,
Wasn't they did that on Crashing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the dude has
yeah.
like a meltdown.
Yeah.
They got before him.
Tough
I
gig.
watched that, but I met some dude. There was some comic at the stand who said he's been doing it for like 30 years. He's
Who?
been doing it. I forget what his name is. I think I have his phone number.
There's an LA guy who I just saw doing stand up that said that's what he does. Was very interesting. I used to, when I was a kid, I used to fantasize about being in the audience at a Jerry Springer taping.
Oh yeah.
Just because at the end of Jerry Springer, they like give you a microphone and you get to like say something nasty to like the inbred person that's life just fell apart right on stage
Yeah.
in front of you. And I used to fantasize about having a witty quip that makes them fucking furious and they want to fight me. And Steve gets in the way and the crowd starts chanting my name. I wanted it so bad.
You ended up becoming quite good at that particular skill.
I know. Maybe that's why I had the inclination, just sharpening my sword, like
Yeah.
testing it out every time I watched Jerry Springer. Less so on. They didn't really do it on more. It was really Jerry was a fucking free for all.
Jerry
was a
Springer
free-for-all.
was awesome.
Former mayor of Cincinnati, I believe, looping it back.
I
to
remember
Cincinnati.
Yes.
he did run for something and won, right?
He was the mayor, and I think he ran for something, but he got busted getting prostitutes.
He did. Wow.
Yes,
Look at that.
Springer.
which
He
is
was
only
running-
a big deal
The
if you get
dog.
caught.
He was running for higher office.
Yeah, I think, or maybe he ran for governor of Ohio or something, and
Wow.
then he got in trouble for that. I don't know. It must have sucked for him so bad to get caught. I
Oh,
guess it was
yeah.
before he was before he was a talk show host or
Did
whatever.
they get him in like a sting?
I don't know.
That would be brutal.
Yeah, he's just like in his like the guys who get caught doing that are always in like an undershirt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely
White
like an
undershirt.
impulse. They're probably like at home with their wife and they're like, she's not gonna have sex tonight. Oh no, I gotta go out and get cigs.
I got to go to the gym. It's
Yeah.
10 o'clock.
Yeah.
No, but I think you
Jewel
do
pods.
get to that point in your body's deterioration where you don't even want a paid sex partner to see your body.
Oh yeah.
So you just-
Yeah.
Oh, they stay close?
I think that's why they have like these like loose boxer shorts and a shirt, and they're like doing cocaine. It's
Yeah.
all awkward. They get caught. It's like, just let this guy fucking rock, dude.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Let Jerry Springer do his fucking cocaine.
let him do his thing.
I did his last interview before he died. It was on the Pat Bev show. And
Really?
that day,
Yeah.
a coworker had given me
That's
a fucking.
insane, dude.
They were like, "Do you want to microdose mushrooms today?"
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And I microdosed mushrooms, and I was freaking the fuck out. And then I talked to Uncle Jerry. He calmed my ass down. It was fucking incredible. He didn't know I was on mushrooms.
Did you get like a stronger dose than you had planned for?
It
type of
was
situation?
so much.
Yeah.
It was like so intensely
You
like,
tripping balls?
paranoid. I was just like scared. I was just like, it wasn't a drug experience at all, especially in this fucking violently corporate, like characterless office. Like I think I just went to one of these white rooms, which is the same thing that they put you in if you're having a mental breakdown.
Yeah, and then you turn the lights off, and for some reason it's still light as hell in there.
Yeah, it sucked. I couldn't like escape any of the senses that were fucking overpowering me. It was nasty.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Damn, dude.
I wanted to share a drug experience because Francis is going down a whole drug path right now.
Yeah, I don't know
He's
if
in
you
his
knew
drug
that.
era.
I did not
Francis
know
is
this.
using like crazy.
Yeah, big drugs.
Really?
Drugs.
Ecstasy.
Well, ended up doing some ecstasy the other weekend, which
Wow.
Mixed with
didn't
mushrooms.
really go very well for me.
It had him in a hole.
I'm not going to say that I didn't know that I was doing ecstasy, but I barely kind of,
Were you drunk when you took it?
yeah,
Were you with Rick Ross?
That's the problem.
I've been there.
drunk. And it was like
mean, catch him,
chocolate,
try and find him when he's not
mushrooms,
drunk.
And they were like, there's a little bit of ecstasy in this.
Damn, dude.
Turned
So
out it was a lot
Going
of it.
for it.
Did it. It was fine. The next day was the worst.
Yeah, they say that it can like suck out your willingness to live and that it may never come back.
Roan,
Shrink told me that once. I've never taken
Roan
it.
made a really good point. He was like, you're borrowing happiness from your future self to pay for it now.
Wow.
That's definitely, or it's just like a
Did you
chemical.
come up with that?
I didn't.
That's pretty good.
I've heard that like that about drinking, that exact phrase that you're like borrowing from tomorrow or whatever. But I think it's literally your chemicals in your brain, like you're getting some serotonin from somewhere else in your brain, or like digging into a reserve, and you won't be able to have it. But a buddy of mine was suggesting that. What did he say exactly?
Someone
You're
told me
supposed
to-
to take 5 HTP and melatonin before you go to bed.
Right. Well, would have
I
been
don't know
nice
what
to
5
have known.
HTP is.
And then I said to myself, I don't know that I want to layer more drugs on top of drugs. That doesn't seem.
Was that drugs or vitamins?
Well, what's
or
HTP?
hormones?
Yeah, it's
None of
hormones,
us
human growth.
knows.
It's 5 HGH. You're supposed to take.
What the fuck?
Supposed to take some Tren, and you'll get out of it no problem. You'll be good to go.
Dude, the last time I took it, apparently I like blacked out. I was really young. And apparently I had this Sony commercial that just came out.
Yeah.
Apparently I was just walking around telling everyone that I was the face of Sony. I have no recollection of this. I just turned into a
I'm
braggart.
Sony.
Yeah. I'm the face of Sony. I'm the
Probably
face.
recognize me from PlayStation.
I had such remorse, dude.
Oh, these speakers are nice. They're not Sony though. You guys know Sony?
What are these
Speaking of,
Bose?
Sony.
Yeah, I'll get you.
I can't even listen to Bose actually contractually
Yeah.
as the face of Sony.
If you want me to stay, you're gonna have to.
can't even
remove
be in
all
this room.
these.
Yeah.
God, it would be a PR nightmare if someone caught me with these.
no
I
picture.
saw that you just took a picture. Do you mind if I take a look? Because
Yeah, you're gonna have to delete that now.
Because,
Sony.
do you?
Where were you?
Toronto. And by the way, I was doing a road gig. I took the bus.
Yeah.
Very mook of me.
Yeah.
But this is one of my first, gigs that was getting paid. It was a very long time ago. And yeah, I took the bus. It was quite an adventure. And then I took the bus back
Ooh.
On a come down from.
on a come down from
Ooh-wee.
But I was just
Wow.
happy to be in the game.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
I mean-
fucking awful.
How long is that bus ride?
It's quite long. And you stop at the border for a while, which makes it longer.
And buses just go slower. Like it's not like you're going the same time it would take to drive to Toronto.
Bad.
That's
You stop in Syracuse, you stop in Buffalo, if I recall. But I made like $300, which was sick at the time, dude.
Andrew, the face of Sony.
When people asked me if I was a comedian and that was my job, I could say yes without having to look down immediately. Which people love to ask you that question early in the game. You know what I mean?
I got hit with it recently. The thing that I know you fucking hate.
Which one, dude?
Someone goes, "So you're a comedian? Like, is that like your full time thing,
Oh, God.
or like do
It's
you?"
like, yeah, but what do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, they start answering their own question by making diminishing claims about you. So they'll be like, "Oh, wow, you're doing a comedy club. Cool. Yeah." So it's like you're just one of the guys on the show though, right?
Yeah.
You're
You're a bartender.
right.
They can't imagine that you're not doing this as a hobby, as an amusement.
Because they're
Yeah.
probably like, well, you haven't made me laugh in the first 10 seconds of this interaction.
Yeah.
How could you possibly be a stand-up comedian full time.
Dude, have you
it's
ever?
Is that how low you think of yourself that you couldn't know somebody who is an actual working comedian? This is on you, dude.
Yeah.
Have you ever had
Deep
like
down.
weird interactions with that? With like, I was in the South doing a show, and I was Ubering back, and somehow I'm pretty good at not telling them I'm a comedian. Like I'll say I'm visiting friends or something like that, and then he was like, "What do you do for work?" And then I was like, "Oh, I'm a comedian," and then the guy instantly pivoted to the like, "Ooh, must be a rough time to be a comedian. You guys can't say anything anymore." And then I was like, "Yeah, it's not terrible." And he's like, I mean, it's crazy. Like black dudes can go up on stage, they can say the N-word all they want, but if a white dude does it, it's a problem. And I was like, we're like arriving at the airport while he's saying this. And I'm like, yeah, preaching to the choir, brother.
The worst.
Yeah.
I had to change my whole act.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because these days you can't say the M-word.
Like 5
Like
years
since
ago.
comedy's been modern, you haven't been able to just say the M-word on stage.
He started good. I mean, that's sort of like a nuanced thing to say, as opposed to being like, man, you can use any of the stuff I tell you in your act.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
try
worse.
But a lot of those like alt-right guys, they are like obsessed with comedy and not being able to say anything, but they don't even like comedy.
Right.
They just are obsessed with the fact that I guess comedians are being censored.
Right. Makes sense.
But I don't think it's even, it's not happening to
It's
the
not even
degree.
really a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I hate more than that, though? When like, oh, they find out I'm a comedian and it changes the course of the conversation. I hate when somehow they get comfortable enough to like tell me cringe ass shit about themselves.
yeah.
Like the border, like you lose me immediately when you start talking about the border.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Border.
The border is the same to me as New York's really gone downhill.
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah.
related.
For how much are we, like, can you believe how much people are paying for fucking like chips these days?
Yes. All right. Yeah.
It's like $4 for a bottle of water.
Dude,
And
yeah.
there's
I can't
less
stand
chips
it.
in the bag. It's like, well, shit, dude. I can't fucking believe it.
I get angry when people tell me that the wind farms off Nantucket are actually doing more harm for the ecosystem.
Is that a thing that's been
They
said?
say that they're like
That's crazy.
they're like it's actually doing worse for the fishery and the hatch. And all right, let's take a minute to talk about Game Time. Guys, I am looking at the Game Time app right now, and I am thinking about going to see Future and Metro Boomin at the Barclays Center. I'm a big Future fan.
Yeah, me too.
I love him.
Cody and Crazy.
And Metro Boomin, everybody knows the only way to make Future better is to add Metro Boomin,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely. That's right. With Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports, you shouldn't have to worry when you buy tickets to your next big event. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets to all sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you. They have flash deals for sudden discounts, zone deals for when you're feeling flexible, and their lowest price guarantee means that if you can find the same seats for anywhere else less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference.
It's the best place for last minute seats with up to 60% off of your favorite events. What are you waiting for? I'm going to Future and Metro Boomin, and I'm going to get my tickets on Game Time now. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code BOYDAD for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Did you see the one wind turbine? I'm not sure where it was, but it was a blaze. It was like
Dude,
fully
they
on fire.
light on fire and then they shoot flames.
And you can't, but there's no way to put out the fire.
And they can't stop
Because
the
they're like 800 feet in the
Yeah.
air. Like there's no fireman that's A, can climb up there, or B, a hose that can shoot up there.
Mm.
It's literally like a dangerous death weapon, like a futuristic death weapon.
When I was in high school, they added a shit ton of wind turbines. They added a shit ton of windmills to like this area around where I lived, and they were having like a big meeting in like the town hall about it. And my dad said that he was going to go wearing a windmill costume with his hands on fire and be walking through the crowd shooting flames everywhere.
That's funny.
That's
good.
way funnier than you.
Oh yeah,
That's
big time.
good.
That's
My dad
fucking
has a good one
hilarious.
of these too. He thinks it's funny. He called Cracker Jacks. I learned he did this in his class. And I was like, oh, that's insane that you did this in class. But my dad's a professor. But what you were saying about like, oh, there's less chips. He
Yeah.
called Cracker Jacks and was like, hey, there haven't been as many peanuts in the Cracker Jacks. He's like, I think maybe the peanut guy's like asleep or something.
Yeah, he's smuggling peanuts.
And they're like, sir, there's no guy. Like it's automated.
He's stealing peanuts. Like, you got to get to the bottom of this.
Have you
One
ever
guy.
listened to Nick Mullen's old prank calls? And
No,
he calls
I'm sure
Buffalo
they're
Wild
amazing.
Wings and he says that or no, not Buffalo Wild Wings. He calls Outback Steakhouse and said that the bloomin' onion has gotten progressively smaller throughout the years. And he said that he's coming to Outback Steakhouse with his own onion and he wants them to cook it into the bloomin' fashion. And then they're like, sir, you can't do that. And he's like, well, then I guess I could just go back and pick out my own onion in the kitchen. And then, dude, he drags them on for like 45 minutes with like the same person. And they're like losing their minds. It's so good.
That is one of those items that looks way better in the commercial.
Oh,
Bloomin'
yeah.
onion.
Yeah. I was never a bloomin' onion guy.
If-
I'm actually not really a big Outback Steakhouse guy. I'm more of a Texas Roadhouse man. Texas
Bloomin' onion
Roadhouse is
hurts you.
superior.
It's like you feel it. You feel the blood stopping in your body as you're eating a bloomin'
Yeah,
onion.
those
Because
are-
it's
I
just
mean-
like grinds to a halt.
Just so deep, like triple deep fried.
And the sauce, whatever the sauce is
Ugh.
pure oil.
Oh,
You'd have to pay me a lot to eat one.
really? Because I would eat one right now. I would crush one right now. This conversation has me jonesing for one. I'm starving right
Do
now.
you get any sort of like backlash like internally from dietary decisions yet?
Every single thing I eat, I have diarrhea. Dude, I have diarrhea only.
You need to calibrate your microbiome.
Yeah, I do.
Start drinking the poppy
Yeah.
sodas, bro. They'll get you
72 hour fast.
I drink them occasionally. They help.
Do you guys think you could do it, by the way, the 72-hour fast?
No.
right. Definitely, easily.
Do you think you could do it?
I think
Not
so.
eat for 72 hours?
Just water.
Water and black coffee or just water?
Water.
I do either.
Would
Roan
it
could do it.
Is
That's a long fucking time.
Like, is there a dollar amount that could motivate you to
Yeah,
try?
yeah, for sure.
I'm just wondering, like, what would it be? And you just think you could just do it?
I think I could do it just starting now.
They
but,
say it could be good for you, but I've heard a lot of people be like, it's quack science, and other people swear by it.
I think it's bad for women. I've heard. I'm not sure why, but didn't they?
Yeah, because they end up looking the way that they should, and then they can never achieve that
That's
again.
a beauty standard.
Yeah.
It starts eating away at all the right places.
Completely unfair.
Dude,
That's
back
too bad.
the Yak, they did a 24-hour
24
fast.
hour.
And I didn't do it. There was the Stan 10th anniversary party that night, and I got fucking blacked out, and they had a seafood buffet, and I was just hammering shrimp. And then like somehow people found out, and then like people literally wanted me fired. They were like, fire him. They were like, that's insane that he didn't. And I was,
Was
like,
this a wheel thing?
yeah, crazy.
It was more just like it was kind of nice to do to reset the body.
Yeah, but it was like, who gives a shit if I
People
didn't
are
do it?
still mad I didn't go to Iran.
Yeah,
Bro, it's not too late.
People
Me
are
and
mad.
you.
Damn near.
yeah.
Let's do it. Well, yeah, it's not looking that great. But we should go, dude. We should go, though, dude. I'm getting my Italian passport. I almost got it.
Yeah?
Well, sort of. But next year I should have it. We should go, dude.
Your Italian passport?
You'll have
Really?
two.
Dual citizen? Are you a dual citizen?
No, but my parents are both fucking, voyagers. They took a boat here.
Yeah.
So I'm like able to get it. But dude, the thing that's fucking me up is my dad just decided to give himself a middle name in the middle of his life. So all the documents need to be amended. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And then on my mom's
What's
birth
his middle name?
certificate, he decided to give himself the middle name Michele.
That's
when he
so
didn't have
funny.
one before. And then my mom's birth certificate doesn't have parents on it. And the dude was like, is there something you guys just like don't talk about or something? I'm like, dude, my mom had parents, bro. Okay.
She was an immaculate conception, all right?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's so funny.
So I'm working through it, but then I'm going to get it. And then me and you, dude,
Iran. But
So
then-
is it easier to go to Iran from?
with the Italian passport, it's way easier. dude.
Okay, because they don't like the U.S.
Well, the US, you just needed like a guided tour for the whole thing. You don't have as much flexibility with what you
And
can
the
do.
visa process is way stricter, I think.
Yeah. It takes
I
longer.
looked into it. I mean, yeah, we were talking about it. What's it called? Kush Island or
Oh,
Kish
yeah,
Island?
yeah.
Kish Island was a possibility, but I guess, it's not really in the cards. Also, if you have a U.S. passport and an Italian passport, can you kind of pick and choose where it gets stamped? So you could get your stamps in your Italian one, but then still have the freedom to go to Israel or wherever
Yeah.
isn't mutually exclusive.
They're not really doing the stamps these days.
I know. Bummer.
It's annoying. I didn't get a stamp when I went to Iceland. I Thought I was gonna get like some sick fucking like caveman.
You
or
gotta
some
ask
shit.
them, and then so they might not, but sometimes they will.
And they go, Jesus.
Those are
Fucker.
the angriest and saddest people. The people who are stamping, just like looking at a billion different people all day.
Yeah,
They do not want to
smiling.
say a fucking word.
Yeah, I didn't get a stamp when I went to Canada either.
Dude, I tried to get one, and same, they didn't give it to me. But the guy's like, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm a comedian." And he goes, huh, "Well, guess I'm supposed to say break a leg, eh?" Gave me the password back. Swear to God. I wish I recorded that.
That's pretty sick.
I wish I recorded that. It was sick.
Those are the really nice ones. Dude, on the Peanut Factory guy, I saw a headline of a woman who got jail time, a lunch lady who got jail time for over her career stealing, it said $1.5 million worth of chicken wings.
Oh, I saw that. And what's his name's gonna pay the fucking like O-line man on the Chiefs is gonna like pay her bail or something.
Really?
Yeah.
What's her bail? Is it
Does
like
he
a
know her?
library book?
Or he just
No.
heard this and he was like,
Does he have to
man.
pay for the chicken wings too?
I think he's paying for the chicken wings.
That's insane to give up $1.5
way.
million
Yeah.
of your salary. So, like, was
Does
she
he-
just eating the wings? Because eating $1.5 million of chicken wings is...
That's
Chris Jones.
So many wings.
If she was selling them,
Yeah, she's selling them out the back
Yeah,
of the
Chris
house.
Jones said he's ready to shell out $1.5 million to free an Illinois school worker convicted of stealing chicken wings.
yeah, I like
What?
that. Good karma points.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess he has one of the biggest contracts in the league. But
Yeah.
that's so much. That's like still a decent chunk of what his take home pay will be.
Yeah.
That's probably more than 10% of his take home pay.
I think
to go to
I think it's like one game.
No,
Yeah.
but take home though after taxes, because it's not like he can take it out of his like overall $30 million a year contract.
Yeah. I was
It's
looking
too
at
much.
I was looking
It's
at
too much.
It's a lot.
Cam Newton said that his take home pay per game was $800,000.
Per game.
Yeah.
16 games, pretty good. But still, it's like
And he
it's
said
way
win
less.
or lose.
But this is like toward the end of his career, or
I don't think so.
oh shit, I was expecting him to be making more money than that.
What's
Yeah,
Pat Bebb's take home pay? $15K.
I mean, the
He
dude
gets a gift card to the NBA shop in Times Square.
campaign signed with the
We
New
don't
York
like him on
Knicks.
this podcast.
Campaign signed with the New York Knicks, and he's making like $3.1 million, but like with New York taxes.
Hey, come on,
Yeah.
He's a jag. He's just a guy.
Yeah.
forget
It's
about
bad.
He's
it.
taking
He's
the
just a-
subway to the games. Taking the subway to MSG.
Yeah, I said that on the Pat Bev pod that he's just selling like tahine on mangoes outside the stadium to pay his way. They didn't
Cold
they didn't
waters.
like that one. as much.
Scalping the 4 tickets he's given.
Yeah.
He's the hot dog guy who gave you the water.
Yeah.
That's funny,
He
dude.
subs out and he goes straight to the stands.
Hot dogs, hot dogs.
Cam, would you get in the damn game? Get on the fucking court, Cam. God damn it. You have a special coming out?
I finished one. I don't know when it's coming out.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to find a nice home for it.
That'd be fucking sick.
I would hope so.
What's that process like?
I don't really even know, bro. I don't know.
Just
I don't
in
know
the
what's.
hands of an agent.
Yeah, and some of the attached talent who are supposed to be helping and hopefully will be helpful. And we'll see what ends up happening with that. I'm hoping that it ends up finding a good home. I don't know. You figured out what you're doing with yours?
No,
Yeah.
we're
But-
not. I'm behind you. We haven't finished the edit.
So my edit finished like right as summer began, which I think in theory, like a lot of that kind of stuff doesn't happen during the summer. There's always an excuse though. The amount of times I hear people being like, oh, this climate we're in now, or like,
Oh, yeah.
the business has been weird. I
Nobody's
think
buying anything.
we need to like change that. Instead of saying that, it needs to be like, oh, this is actually a weird time. People are actually buying stuff.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
the normal
yeah.
time is no one's buying stuff unless you're fucking somebody
Yeah.
huge. You know
People
what I
are
mean?
like, yeah, I can't
Yeah.
even sell out stadiums anymore. It's fucking bullshit. It's like, what are you talking about? That shouldn't be your expectation.
Yeah,
That you're
dude.
selling out a stadium.
The fucking worst is we don't know what they're looking for.
Yes.
You ever get that?
Just tell me I'm a loser to my face.
Yeah. Every time I audition for something, they go, "Well, we don't know what they're looking for right now."
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought I did really well. We just don't know what they're looking
You were great,
for.
but yeah, classic.
Every casting agent has loved me,
Oh yeah,
but
yeah, exactly.
dude, you'll have a meeting with someone who's like, in no way would they ever know who you are, and then you go meet them. You're like, we are huge fans. Really?
Yeah,
A
Dude.
50-year-old accountant is a huge fan of Lil Sasquatch. That adds up.
Right.
The guy said that to me at
That's all you get.
I mean, we are obsessed with your work.
either the waiter, the maitre d at Carbone said that to me, but he just like referenced my 2 most recent Instagram posts.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like he had clearly just looked it up right there.
You gotta
was
hit him
that?
with the Travis Scott. What's the name of my first mixtape?
Yeah.
And if they don't
It was
answer,
my
the
top
door
3 battle
slowly
raps.
closes.
Who was the dude that used to work here? Brandon? What was his name?
Probably still works here.
No, not like,
Oh,
like
Brandon Mim?
big dude.
Yeah.
Black Brandon?
Yes.
Brandon Newman?
Brandon Newman. The day I started here, I walked in and he came up to me and he was like, huge fan of your work. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, dude, that tweet that you did, it was like a tweet that I wrote like while entering the office, while walking into the
That
building.
tweet you said first day at Barstool?
Yeah.
Crazy. I
And then
how
someone
does
was
he
like,
break
and then
it?
someone told me that like he did the exact same thing to me when I started. I think it was Nick said that.
I was getting autographs at a Celtics game when I was probably 10 years old. And there was a guy, they were playing the Sacramento Kings. And I was standing near the entrance, like the tunnel, as the Kings were doing their shoot around and getting off the court. I had gotten about 4 or 5 autographs already. And some other guy came out and I was like, I went, hey man, can I get your autograph? And he looked up at me, he goes, what's my name?
Ooh.
And I go, I don't know. And he goes, you don't even know my name. And then he walked away.
Oh my God.
He must have been
he
my
was
third
so
string.
hurt
Who was it?
that a 10-year-old boy, I don't know.
Robert Parrish.
Larry Bird?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know the black guys.
He was a black guy.
You're the white
and he
one.
was so upset that I didn't know his name.
That's
I
really
remember being like, I hurt that guy's feelings.
Dude, I used to go to NFL training
crazy.
camps, and at the beginning of NFL training camp, there are 90 dudes on the roster. And dudes are coming up to you and signing shit, and like they'll never fucking make an NFL team in their life. And they're just signing a billion autographs that are, it's just nice for them to be signing autographs.
Yeah.
Like this dude should have just enjoyed the fact that someone even wanted his signature. You go
Mhm.
home, or 30 years later, you go on Reddit and like, who's this guy? Who signed this fucking
Yeah,
Celtics
but
jersey?
at 8 years old, you see them out there wearing the same practice jersey that, the starters are wearing, and you don't care.
Bro, you're 8 years
Exactly.
old. You're like,
Who's
dude, I
there?
don't even dress myself, bro.
You should
How
have
am I
just been like,
supposed
I
to know
don't
who
care
you
what your
are?
name
I
is.
just want to be like, I got the most autographs ever. I got
Yeah.
30 autographs.
Who like why is his ego getting in the way? That
Yeah.
sports players do have pretty big egos, though. I'll say that.
I've had people. I've had like someone ask me for a photo, and then someone else ask me for a photo who's like, I actually don't even know who you are. Just this is my buddy. He said to get a photo with you, and that feels kind of shitty. You're like, well, I don't want to.
Feels so.
Oh, that's the
shitty.
worst
like,
when
I
they
don't
have
wanna
to
be
do
in this
that.
fucking picture.
Who are you supposed to be? Like it's fucking
Yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah,
Like I'm coming up to their door.
yeah.
What are you supposed to be?
Yes,
I actually have no fucking clue who you are.
they love to do that. Like
Yeah.
there's a friend who brought their friends. The
Yeah.
friends don't know about you. And the friends would be like, honestly, I didn't even know who the fuck you were before this,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I thought it was pretty good. Keep it up.
Yeah.
I think
Fuck you, dude.
they're supposed to.
The worst is I don't think I've ever actually had someone go up to me and be like, hey, I'm a huge fan. Can I get a picture? It's almost always my brother's a huge fan. Can I get it's like, dude, you can tell me that you also enjoy
Yeah,
the stuff
yeah,
that I
yeah,
do.
yeah.
You don't have to be like,
what if they don't?
I
though?
don't think you're cooler now.
But they don't
because-
have
Yeah.
to say that either if they don't. Just
can
be
say,
like,
"Can I
hey,
get a
good
photo?"
shit, man. Big fan.
Yeah.
You can lie about being a big fan of somebody. But I think that they think that it's like nicer to you or like disarming. Like, I don't even know who you are. Like, I think that they think that they're making it less awkward for you.
yeah.
I think that they're also wanting to connect on a equal footing.
Right.
By
Like, you're not
admitting-
fucking
by
special. If you
admitting-
think you're special, you're fucking not.
Yeah, by admitting right off the bat that they're a huge fan, they are putting you ahead of them.
Toppling the power
Yeah.
dynamics.
Dude, literally, like for me, if somebody comes up and says, I actually don't even care because I'm so relieved that I actually sold tickets. Where I might even just be like, dude, can I give you $20 to like
Just take a
buy
picture.
tickets again?
It'll like
next
feel
time?
really good for me.
Can I give you $20 to like all my last 10 posts and comment on all of them, please?
Yeah, you like one of their posts, you give them a follow.
Yeah, and then they
You get a
stop
fan for
fucking
life.
with you.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Because
the
you're
worst.
you're like
dude.
give too much and then they don't take you seriously
Yeah.
anymore. You're like, fuck.
Someone hit me with that yesterday. They were like, I put up a picture of my dad for his birthday, and they're like, picture of your dad on his birthday. Well, you finally got me to unfollow.
Yeah.
It's like, damn. God,
Dude, I'll take it down. I'll take it down, bro.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you're DMing him. I'm taking it down right now.
I'm sorry, bro. What can I do to get you back?
Yeah.
What do I have to do? Customer acquisition.
Everybody knows that photos of fathers are a direct way to vote for Kamala.
Exactly.
What the fuck? It was my dad on his birthday.
Exactly.
Fucking
dude.
weirdo. But I think that people don't even like to be fans of shit.
Yeah.
They're like, they think that it's like weird or like,
Right.
yeah, it's like, oh, it's chuggy.
Yeah.
You're being a
Totally.
fan.
And I appreciate that when people are like, is this weird? And I'm like, no, it's not weird at all. This is what it is.
Yeah.
Please continue your patronage.
Yeah.
People only like to
Please.
be a fan if they were like the first to something. If they can tell you that they knew about
They
it before
discovered
you
it.
did. And they're like, dude, I've been a fucking Chaperone fan for fucking my entire life.
Yeah. I fucked with him when he was sitting in the Jerry Springer audience thinking
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's such a fucking nasty thing. But people just want to be first. They just want to. They don't want to nerd out anymore. I like nerding out. I like what I like.
Same. And I get upset. Like I'm really into sort of like Spanish language music, as I've been told I need to say. Because I say Spanish music, Hillary's like, they're not from Spain. Spanish language music. Okay, Spanish language music.
So what the fuck is? Oh, it's like Bad Bunny.
Yes, exactly. I love all that shit. And sometimes it hurts my feelings when
J
I
Balvin?
want to sort of like bond over it with other people who like it, and they're upset that I like it, as if like me liking it represents some sort of gentrification.
Yeah.
Of me. You didn't make the song, dude.
Yeah.
Isn't it good that I like it too?
And wouldn't it be good for the guy that made the song if he was more successful, so he kept on making music that you like?
Yeah, it makes no
It's
sense.
the gatekeeping
Yes.
thing. Everybody's so weird about the gatekeeping.
Ethnic tribal gatekeeping.
They
dude.
think that the thing they discovered needs to not get too big or else it becomes uncool or they won't have as much access to it.
Yeah, but that is weird to like things because it makes you feel cool.
I've always believed that the things I
so
liked
annoying.
will benefit more if more people like them in general, with the exception of the housing market.
That's that you can't put that toothpaste back in that tube.
No.
No matter how much Mook asked for it.
Yeah.
You're fucked on that one.
I don't even really know what I mean by that. I'm trying to think about the economics of it. I know it makes sense somehow.
That everyone wants houses. Anytime I see a homeless person, I'm like, finally, less competition in the market for me.
Yes. It's more like
I gotta
in the,
piss real quick. I'll be right
the
back.
place that I own a home or if I own it, whatever, there's a part of me, there's that inflection point of like, yeah, it's great that more people are moving into this neighborhood and making it nicer, which is going to theoretically drive up the price of my home, but could also.
You want to slam the door shut behind you and be the last person that moves into whatever area you're in.
I guess.
Well, it
I don't
depends
know
if you
how it
own or if
works
you're renting.
exactly.
If you're renting, it fucks you if it gets nicer. But if you own it, it's great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
right.
That's
Yeah.
good nuance.
Good nuance.
You know?
Fantastic nuance. It's. I mean, I guess it's fun to be the first one who knows something, plant your flag in something. It's like sharing the knowledge.
I'm trying to think of what is is there something that I knew first?
Dude, you've always famously said that you're a follower.
Good. That's fine.
He has famously said that. He goes, dude, I hear about stuff and then I get really into it.
Yeah.
Well, that's how it works, dude.
That's
Yeah.
how it works.
That's
man.
literally how it works.
I like shiny things that people tell me about.
Like, unless
Yes,
you're in the
yes.
fucking studio while the Beatles are recording, like, I'm pretty sure you heard about it from somebody.
Yep. Late to the game. I will enjoy the twilight cool of that thing and be the last person to enjoy the last days of it being cool before realizing everyone's moved on.
When the song Skater Boy came out, I told my sister right away that this was going to be the fucking song of the summer. Sure enough, dude, it was.
I heard
Heater.
Latch Disposition a year before it was popular, and I couldn't stop listening to it.
What's that?
The one with Sam Smith?
Oh, Disclosure?
Disclosure.
Disclosure.
By Latch?
Latch is the song by Disclosure featuring Sam Smith.
That's it. That one. Yeah.
You in my space.
Oh, yeah.
That one's sick.
That's a banger.
You make my heart.
Yeah, that one fucking rules. Disclosure rocks. But then along came fucking Fred, dude. Changed everything.
Fred again?
Yes,
Really?
I think so. Or I mean, yeah,
He
might
did
be-
another remix of that song?
No. I'm just saying that he's like I
He's
think that
changed the game.
He sopped up a bunch of Disclosure fans,
Mm.
I believe.
I'm
I'm not familiar.
With Fred again?
Yeah.
Someone put him on.
Put on Prince.
It's you definitely have heard some of his songs.
What
He's
are they?
huge.
I don't
We've
know it
lost
either, bro.
dancing.
Not familiar with that.
Really? Did you watch Triangle of Sadness? It's
Yes.
the movie it's the song that's at the very end of Triangle of Sadness.
Yeah, no, not ringing a bell.
Same.
Who now it is?
This is a fucking A1 dance hit.
Yeah, this is actually kind of a banger.
It's good.
No, it makes you want to be in Tulum.
Yeah,
or
I might have to
something
throw
like
that
Tropez.
It's okay.
I'm gonna throw that on when I get home. Got to set up a coffee table.
Dude, I could see you turning into a DJ someday.
Hell no.
I feel like you could like find yourself like you like audio now is your thing.
He gets a
Dude.
fixation
Slowly-
on things too.
You'd be into like the buttons and like the frequencies.
I'm
And
not
then-
very musically talented. I am a little musically talented, actually.
That would be sick, dude. You being
And-
like,
and
That's
you
how it
would-
starts.
your Shaq Diesel
First
moment.
chair and clarinet.
People did always used to say that I had decent poise.
I was
for
actually not
turntables.
first chair. That's a lie. I was second chair.
Damn, you could have got away with it too.
And the girl that was first chair went to Harvard. Ended up going to Harvard.
Asian.
I will not say. Yes.
Dude,
She
you
was
as a
a
DJ would be
clarinet.
sick. I'm sorry. Him the DJ, like he'd just be like, "What's up?" Everyone would lose their fucking mind. All right,
I don't think I like the environment of DJing enough to be a DJ.
which would make you this way sicker DJ, dude.
I could be a
Just
DJ at like a
nonchalant.
silent disco.
The
Yeah.
anti DJ.
I could do a silent DJ where everyone's got the headphones on.
And you would definitely hate on mainstream DJs so hard.
Oh, yeah.
if you were a DJ.
I'd be like, I've been working the bar mitzvah circuit for way too long now. I've been running this shit for 10 years.
Open tables.
And this fucking
Playing
kid
open
just comes,
tables.
starts playing in the main room first weekend.
Yeah, right. With that hacky shit. Just doing crowd work.
It's played Who Let the Dogs Out fucking 6 weeks in a row.
Dude, that's so fire though. After hilarities in Cleveland, catch him at the fucking local nightclub
Yeah.
spitting,
That
live
would
stream the
rock.
Honestly,
set.
it'd be a good way to make a lot of money. You'd probably make a shit ton of money doing a set and then going straight to the club to just hit the tables.
Little Sasquatch.
How are we gonna pay for our? How are we gonna pay rent?
Yeah. Just sound bites of my old sketches.
The dubstep drop behind them.
Oh my god!
I just got
Can I get some
drafted.
toothpaste? Can I get some toothpaste?
I saw a video of a DJ this past weekend, and he was at his DJ table, and it was like boiler room style, so everybody's around him.
It's so
And there was
sick.
a girl there, and she was on her phone, and he reached over and like took her phone and like handed it to one of his boys, and she was like, "What the fuck?" And then just like started dancing.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Mm.
but he was like, you can't be on the phone while you're on the decks with me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
It's against
I
the
like
That's such a
rules.
fucking douche move.
No,
By
no,
which
it's
one?
cool.
Calmly
It's
do
cool.
The
that.
dude who took the phone.
No, that's cool.
That's something that you would do.
I would at dinner.
But the comment section, was going crazy. There honestly were like the people on the breakdown lane who were like, "Well, what if there's an emergency?" They're like, "Well, what if she was like texting her mom or something like that?" And it was, like, a family
My
emergency.
uncle was at a DJ set standing behind the DJ last week, and he was texting to find out if his son was going to be alive, and then the DJ took his phone, and now his son's dead.
Yeah, she
Dude,
can just
I
get
had
down
a-
from the platform.
right? Yeah,
and she'll have
Just
her
mount,
phone back.
hop on the phone with mom, make sure grandma's okay.
Dude, when I was in Cincinnati, it was a early show Saturday, a lot of local people. Great show. Get off, host goes up. I noticed he's up there for like a long amount of time after. And then he comes back into the green room and he's like, dude, I just had to go up. The owner handed me a note. He had to go up after the show. Great show ended and go up and go, thank you guys all for coming. Hope you guys had a great time. Marissa, please call your daughter. She needs to get in touch with you. Anyways, thanks for coming out, guys.
That's fire.
Isn't that fucked?
That's crazy.
They called the comedy
Dude,
club.
the girl
That's
called the
crazy.
club to be like, I need to talk to my mom.
That's crazy.
It must have been something terrible.
Did they yonder bag the phones?
Still sick
No.
that they did that though.
There was no there was like no service in that
I
club.
see.
Nice of them to do it.
Yeah.
That's some
But
1990s
still
shit.
fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Big
if
time.
it got to the point where she probably called her mom like 50 times and then was like, I'm calling the club,
Mm-hmm.
it was probably something pretty bad.
Yeah.
Or not.
Or not,
Jeez.
or she was just freaking out.
Yeah.
Or she was just losing her shit. That's nasty. That's fucking hilarious.
Are the dogs allowed to have grapes?
Ask Siri. I don't fucking know. It definitely was some dumb shit like that.
Yeah. Max ate one of the grapes and now I think he's gonna die. Just some girl, some little kid hysterically crying.
Can I stay up till 10:30?
That's crazy though.
This movie's PG-13. Can I watch it?
The host said that when the guy handed him the note, he like laughed. He's like, "Are you fucking with me? Like, I actually have to say this on stage."
That's crazy. All right.
That's not right.
Call home.
I mean, realistically, she was probably going to find out what happened within the next minute. She was
but
leaving
she
the
got her
car.
phone back.
Yeah, she was. They had their phones.
That's even crazier.
I think she was just so in tuned to the set. She
They
was
would
so
never do that at the
connected.
mothership, though. We should test that out at the mothership.
The ship.
No, I don't think you're even allowed to call the mothership.
Really?
I think if you call their phones, it goes like it just directs to the fucking police station. They go, "What do you need?" Joe is not available right now.
Hans Kim's just working the phones.
Yeah,
Austin's fucking incredible, though.
great
You
fucking
spend any
scene.
time down there?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I did Vulcan Gas Company last summer. It was great. I wanted to sort of like poke around the mothership a little bit, but I was staying with friends and it felt like whack to just be like, I'm just going to like
Break off
poke
from
around
group?
the social scene of comedy
Yeah,
and not hang
yeah.
out with you and use your house as a locker.
Yeah,
You
that's
know what I
true.
mean? So if I go back, I'll definitely like try to get my feet wet. I know it's like an intimidating
It's scary as
experience,
shit.
but I still will just sort of like put my tail between my legs and accept the awkward L's that I take along my path to greatness.
I definitely took a couple L's. I took a couple L's when I was there.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's
I went
inevitable.
in with 3 comics that are past regulars there. And still, it was like fucking
Wow.
SWAT team being like, "What's this guy's fucking deal?" He said he's from New York.
Crazy.
Gun to the back of my head.
Just
Jesus.
Yeah.
do a quick
Not
5
actually,
for
right?
him.
Okay. I was like, I would have believed it, dude. I've heard that these are just like,
But like at one point we were in the bar and I went to go to the bathroom and I had to go through 3 cops to get back into the bar.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's pretty tense.
So crazy.
I'll talk to Adam Egget for you, bro.
Appreciate that.
Least I could do.
Appreciate that.
God,
Least
I
I could do is
don't have his updated number. Kills me.
just emailing him.
It's a running away from Gallarotti being back in the mix.
Just loitering outside.
Good to see you, dude. What's
Walking
up?
back and forth for hours trying to run into him. Heard you guys were opening a second club down here.
Yeah. Oh man, this must be great. You liking it down here?
They do turn a lot of people down at the door. Comedians will try and go in and they'll be like, "Nope." Humiliating.
Oh God. Yeah. Jesus.
I can't deal with that at all. I don't have the fucking the balls. Yeah, true. Yeah, you got to pivot.
Yeah.
Pivot into
That's when I
DJing.
get into DJing. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
I was just hoping I could run a quick set in there. No, you're not. Music. I meant music, not
Music set.
comedy. No, I don't do
You
comedy.
guys have a house DJ? What do you play before?
Yeah.
Once we get you into it, man, there's no turning back.
I
It's gonna
know.
be sick.
That's an addictive drug.
The first song you have to learn how to DJ is "It's a Long Way to the Top."
Yeah.
If you want to rock and roll.
Do you think you have like do you think it's possible to have like a bad set DJing?
Definitely. But I mean,
Is it like-
someone's dumb enough to be, someone's on enough drugs to be dancing.
Yeah,
even if you're
exactly.
sucking.
And it
Right.
just doesn't matter as much. Music can be background music.
Yeah, that's true.
Totally.
And you're not embarrassing yourself by the fact that people aren't engaging to the highest level of
Or if you like
reception.
missed a transition or some
Yeah.
shit.
There were big lawsuits, or like it was the subject of a lot of court cases in Germany whether DJs were actually artists. And to test out whether they were, they would go to the concerts and like these auditors would check which way everybody was facing. They're like, are you actually facing the DJ or are you just like milling about? Is it background music or are you like locked in, like experiencing the music? And one of the things in the lawsuit was like, are people getting fucked up? And they were trying to use that as a strike against them. But the lawyer was like, people are getting fucked up, but like, what is music for if not to be an intoxicant? I thought it was beautiful.
Interesting.
Mm.
Interesting.
I like that.
Well
So now that's
played.
why the German nightclub scene is incredible now.
I saw this clip.
It's incredible.
Have
Is
you,
it?
do you know? Have you been?
Yes, bro.
Really?
Like, I'm sorry, since we're still
Please,
talking
please,
about
please.
it. I was in Berlin and I saw a giant security guard walk over to a guy who was passed out and put a blanket on him.
Damn.
Isn't that crazy?
That's nuts.
Yeah, you like go
crazy.
for the whole weekend and it's this like nurturing fucking thing.
I heard that if you bring out a phone, I heard a story that someone like brought out a phone and someone else like they descended like someone had brought out a gun and they were like, "Stay in the moment, stay in the moment, like, keep dancing." I swear to God that was
It's
the.
beautiful.
Dude,
I
you
love
didn't
it.
go to Berghain while you were there, did you?
I don't know where I was.
Berghain is like the nightclub of the world. It's like the hardest to get into. You have to wear like all black.
Yeah,
leather
I think
type shit.
I went. I think that there might be a couple places like that, so I don't want
Yeah.
to say for sure that that's
Okay.
where I went. But I went to somewhere that fits that profile.
No way.
It was sick, dude.
That's pretty sick.
That sounds incredible.
Is Red Bull illegal out there?
I don't think so.
Isn't it from out there?
It's from
Red Bull?
Austria.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Austria.
Someone told me a while ago that Red Bull was illegal in Germany.
Really?
Yeah. Like obviously not like punishable by prison, but I think it was just banned.
Really?
Like, I think if you snuck a Red Bull, it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Dude, in Afghanistan, there are children drinking Red Bulls on the street. That was one of
Really?
the most like
Oof.
fascinating things. Like 3-year-olds slamming a Red Bull. And it's
Really?
like a knockoff Red Bull.
Yeah.
Like the bull is the Chicago Bulls bull.
Really?
I swear. Yeah.
That's
It's
fucking
insane.
sick.
They call it Red Bull.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's
They're
crazy.
counterfeiting
Is that even
Red Bull?
is that even that bad though? Because now it's like here kids are
Uh-huh.
slamming the fucking primes. Those are like 300 milligrams of caffeine.
Prime has
I-
caffeine in it.
Oh, so much.
The
Really?
can, the can does, not the sport bottle.
The sport bottle doesn't?
I don't think so.
Okay, that makes more sense.
But even kids like slam like a frappuccino or some shit like that,
Yeah.
like milkshake style.
dude, they must have
Yeah.
Prime must have like bought the whatever like they must have like got some sort of contract with like LaGuardia.
It's everywhere.
You can't get Red Bull at LaGuardia anymore or Monster. It's all I got to get a fucking blue raspberry
Bro,
Prime.
those are fire though.
They're good, but dude, they're too much caffeine. I was
It's
fucking
so
shaking
sweet.
on the plane.
Yeah.
What did it do to your tongue?
Not
It
much.
didn't blow it up.
I love
Yeah,
a
that would
LaGuardia
be
Prime,
gross.
dude.
Yeah.
Fuck
Really?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
You drank the
Jitter?
whole thing? Yeah. Bro, that thing had me tweaking. I was tweaking off of that.
I do like them. I'm a sucker for the new product, dude. I always
Yeah,
will,
I
like,
kind of am too.
Really?
I'll cop the new like berry, like what, like the Aaron Judge Prime.
Commemorative bottle. Might get a sign someday.
I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
I'm always, every time I go to the store, I'm always just scoping out like shit that just like no one's ever had before. I think I was maybe the first person to have a poppy. I got them while they were handing them out on the fucking water.
That's crazy.
They
People
are
were like,
great.
what the fuck is this? And I was like 6 deep already. You gotta have one. They're great for your gut.
Meanwhile, you're just diarrheaing your fucking
Yeah.
life away.
Those things are good though.
That's
No,
not
but
right.
it's true.
They are. I mean, that's what could fix your microbiome.
Yeah, but I don't think there's enough probiotics in it. Or what is it? Prebiotics?
Oh, prebiotics.
Which I don't know what the fuck that means.
I know.
I think you're supposed to, it's the biotics that you're supposed to have before.
They probably
pros.
just found a good way to.
Sounds
Yeah.
sounds like it makes sense.
They
Yes.
just definitely just found a good way to sell like a shitty knockoff cola.
Yeah, but it's like they're also like low cal, but it's all natural sweeteners, I think.
Yeah, but what
Something
the
like
fuck
that.
does that mean?
I don't like the cola ones. The grape ones are phenomenal.
I haven't had them any.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
I
It
had
blows
nice
my mind when
cold-
people try to break into the beverage market. It's the most saturated
Oh,
thing. The fact
yeah.
that Prime is a thing
Yeah.
blows my mind.
They
you
must
gotta
have
have-
like Peter Thiel money or something.
Right,
yeah,
shit
you
like
got to
that.
have billions of dollars
Yeah.
Yeah,
promoting
but
it.
then it's just a question of how big is your audience, right? Because like Happy Dad is successful as well, and you know,
Yeah.
I'm more of a
It's true.
high noon man myself.
me too.
But like even like High Noon working as well as it did is like a miracle.
Right.
But it's because
I
they
mean,
have,
I'm
like,
I'm gonna give the nod to Dave.
Yeah, but if High Noon came out like today, do you think it would still be as successful as it is now? Or do you think
Hard
they got
to
it? You
know.
think they
Do you
got
think
it just
that? Are you
right
saying
at the
that we're
right time?
done with getting new drinks?
they always say
I
that.
think it's just
And then
hard.
Prime and Poppy happen, and you're like, okay, it's
Right.
the
Yeah.
same as no one's buying stuff right now.
But
Yeah,
like,
but
will
think
Poppy
of
be
this,
around in like 3 years?
The
Probably.
White Claw exploded,
Yeah,
right?
true.
Exploded.
Haven't seen a
Nobody
White
had
Claw in
made
months.
that yet,
Yeah.
really, in a good product, a sparkling malt seltzer.
Nothing since Zima.
Yeah.
Oh
They
my
had like
God.
the actual spiked
And
seltzer.
then High Noon came over the top and was like, well, we use real liquor. And that's when everyone was like, wait, we didn't even
Game
know
changer.
that
Malt was in this.
it was malt. And then people were like, you know what malt is? That's the shit that's in 40s.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, that's why my stomach's so fucked up.
Yeah,
all of a
Yeah, no
sudden.
wonder I didn't feel good after that wedding. And then
That and the
High
Molly
Noon, everyone
chocolate
was like,
bar.
that's the only one that's got real liquor. And yeah, you know, that's why they're so good. And they are amazing. And then others were just too late to the game.
Yeah.
Um,
I think other people are trying to trickle in, but it's hard to get. You're right. It's hard to get in the game.
Yeah.
High noons are great.
People are. I mean, yeah. Whenever
Kill
people
for a high
like
noon. They should make NAs.
high noon, just regular iced tea.
They know like a watermelon high noon NA. Oof.
Are you off the
Yeah.
wagon for life? What's up?
I don't know. We'll see.
You're riding it out. You're
Yeah.
enjoying it. You look great.
I don't really have any interest in drinking right now.
Yeah, that's a weird realization when you take a break and you're like, oh, I was just doing this because it was some weird habit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm enjoying myself more not drinking.
Yeah.
Not feeling like shit all the time.
What was your longest that you ever took not drinking?
A couple months.
Yeah.
And like, you know, when you like go out to chill and like everybody's drinking and you just like have to drink.
Yeah.
Like getting past a week of not drinking, you suddenly realize that like not drinking in that moment doesn't just crush your energy levels and like
Oh, yeah.
make you depressed. It's like you have to like drink to like stay. And it's not even on some alcoholism shit. It's just like a habit.
Social lubricant.
Yeah, exactly. And then like you suddenly get past that and you're like, oh, like I can be present and energetic without drinking. This actually feels way
Yeah.
better. But then immediately like a month later, I just like come home, chill with all my friends who get fucked up and
Yeah.
have been drinking ever since.
I
But it
still
was
have
a nice moment.
I still have a very hard
I
time.
remember that. I remember when you didn't drink for a long time.
I
there.
took a little break while we were doing the show,
Yeah.
but I took a longer one when I was in LA. But it always feels nice to do the
Mhm.
reset.
I've
You've done it too.
Have I?
Didn't you try? You
Oh,
did,
I
like, 2
would do the
weeks?
dry January.
Yeah.
And
France
the
did dry January this year, and you did like a week.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made it 2 weeks.
Solid.
The last year I did it and I made it like 29 days.
What was that joke you had in your special? It was like dry January. It was like dry. People do dry January because of how much they party during December for the holidays and everything. And if No Nut
Oh, this
November
is your
a
joke?
thing, what? No, this is yours. If No Nut November's a thing, then what's going on in October?
Yeah.
That's
That was
great.
yours.
good.
That
That's a
was
good
your
joke.
Sass.
That's
Nice
Ron's
job,
bit.
Sass.
I didn't do that, and it's not in anything I've ever done.
What are you talking about?
That's
Ron
so
did
good.
Ron did send us that though.
It was for bits.
Yeah.
It was, I
That's
said-
a
I said-
really good bit.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
How many planes are the Arabs crashing into that Ramadan happens?
Yes.
Is that right? No,
Yes,
that's not it.
yes.
I don't know if that's the right follow up.
It's analogous.
Because
to that.
Ramadan is not a month of not flying in planes.
Yeah, they're just praying on the planes.
Yeah.
People, there was like a video of a dude praying on a plane, and the caption was like, "What would you do if you saw this?"
Yeah.
I'd probably just like sit in my fucking seat and not
Yeah.
give a fuck that this dude
Literally
praying on the
nothing.
plane.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had a
I
guy
remember that thing.
pray next to me on the plane.
Yeah,
And it was so interesting. I mean, I'm truly sitting directly next to him. And he put his tray table down to do the, like
makes a lot.
that thing.
Yeah,
And he was just doing it straightforward. And I looked out and the sun was like that way. And I was like, I don't think that's west.
you're going the wrong way, brother. You're praying. Wrong.
I really had that feeling. I was like, in theory, he should be doing it to me. And he could have, even though he was sitting forward, he could have kind of done.
Pivoted.
One
You
of
definitely
those.
would have given him like, "Oh, thank you."
I would have
He
been like,
phoned
it in. Too
listen,
much, too much.
It's too much. I don't
You should have
deserve
said
that."
something.
You must have seen tires.
Yeah, I can't help but notice.
I should have said it was long. The prayer is long.
Should have woken him up. Said, "Hey, West is this way."
It's wrong, bro. You're praying wrong.
He's
Just
not asleep when
White
he's praying.
Yeah, I bet they fall asleep occasionally.
No, it's
like
very
it's
active.
When you're tired,
There's
when
a lot of
when you're real
movements.
You
sleepy.
like get up, bow,
You're real
The
sleepy.
brain
You
is
go
just-
down for a prayer, just crash out.
pray yourself to sleep.
I love that. I love
Maybe
it.
That's-
he was asleep. I've slept with my head up against the fucking tray.
Yeah, but he gets up and he goes back down, and then there's all kinds of movements to the prayer.
That's how
workout.
Christians pray. They pray themselves to sleep every night. They're like
Yeah.
make a list of people they want to pray for, and they just fucking knock themselves out.
Mhm.
Christians in the 1950s.
Praying that
I'll put you on my prayer
involves
list.
like moving around, not for me.
That sounds nice. It's probably good for your blood flow and your stretch. Like making salad is probably good for your hamstrings and shit like that. Your
Mhm.
lower back tightness and stuff.
Yeah.
The
Dude,
amount of
people
kneeling and bowing.
like people who live in South Asia who are used to like shitting in a hole, they have like incredible hip flexibility. You just see an old
Yes.
dude crouched on the side of the road. I'm like, I can't do that now, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Dude, I
shitting,
can't.
but
I
he's
can't
just-
do that.
Yeah.
I can't do. Dude, I went to when I was in Wyoming. We had to shit in the woods, and my buddies could shit in the woods. I couldn't squat like
Dude.
that long.
You need a log.
Yeah, I tried.
Hang off the log.
Yeah,
Like
or
in
grab
the
onto the tree.
Pacific after he eats the peaches.
You're gonna have to reread the Pacific.
yeah.
You're gonna have to
I
read the
am.
liner notes.
I gotta watch that, and I gotta watch Masters of Air.
Mm-hmm.
Same. We'll all watch it. That's our homework. Fellas, I gotta run to watch what happens live.
Fuck yeah.
Joy.
Good luck,
Good luck,
Hell
bro.
yeah.
Julio. Thank you for coming on.
Dude, thank you.
Always a blast.
I have a-
Anything you want to pitch?
Yeah,
or
I have a
throw out?
funny. This is a really funny idea. What if we sold out all my shows on the roster?
that
That would be
Oh,
the funniest
that's
prank,
a great
dude.
idea.
Let's do it.
the boy dad bump.
Yeah, come. I'm in Columbus Funny Bone October 13th.
Hell
Also,
yeah,
Hilarities. I think a couple weekends after you guys.
awesome.
Columbus is such a fucking awesome city.
30th and 31st at Hilarities, and then also Seattle October. I think that's pretty much it. I've never been, dude, to Columbus. I've heard it rules.
I've heard it's
beautiful.
awesome.
It's a beautiful city, very metropolitan. There's like, I don't know. There's a nice area in Columbus. You'll find it,
Fuck
and everyone will find it when they come and see your ass out
yeah.
there.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Pull
yeah.
up.
Tickets at.
Notjulio.com.
Hell yes.
Awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having me, boys.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, man.
That
was it.